Hi everybody, everywhere. My name is Raul. I'm part of the back-to-back team. I'm in charge of the volunteers here in Cancun. Recently, we had a TCC training here, and I really had to thank God because I could make it, and thank Lord for David and Jane, and also Diane. She was starting training here. The reason why I'm here, talking to you is because I would like to share, a tiny testimony about what happened to me in this TCC training. I wrote down in my notes that it was talking about the deep wounds, and I find out that I was having a big, big wound into my life. And when I realized, this triangle that it says that when a child is not having, the proper direction from an adult or, the best environment, they start, to have this type of behavior, protecting themselves, and it stops, the former, the regular development. And the cuts opened that wound that I was thinking was so hiding it to me that I didn't realize it was living it. Because the problems of the drinking of my father, the marriage of them was, always a nightmare, especially in the nights, by the way. I was living, in this, unfortunately, chronicle, unexpected and toxic and stressing environment, which affected me too much. And when I remember that deep wound was hidden into my heart and into my head, I was remembering something that maybe was, deep into my thoughts for 10, 40 years. I'm 44 right now. And I was remembering that when the things between my father and my mother was so hard, when they were having, all these troubles. We used to live on top of us, another family. So every single time, they had to realize, what happened into my house, because for somehow, when the father of my friend, Aris, sees me, he used to smile to me and making the palm to me. And I was feeling relief. Now I remember, and that's why I was so amused about the cuts, because I said, yes, it is true, because that happened to me. So when I was a little child, I learned that when I wasn't feeling good, I was trying to look for this gentleman, the father of my friend Aris. And when I was listening, he was opening the door when he was on the way to work by the afternoon. I was running, downstairs for me to meet him, for he to see me, smile me, and make me the palm. And I was making that makes me feel good. I didn't know why. Now I know. And that wound was so hard into my heart. It was so deep on it that makes me change the way I think, even to have babies. Me and my wife now are up to 7 years being married, and every year I was trying to make her, involved in something new. It was my plan, right, for me to not have babies, for she to start, a new master's degree, and for us even to buy a new car, these tiny cars, which is only for 2 people. And I was making all this for us to don't start, thinking about a half family. Thank Lord, she's younger than I. But the day when I realized all this, I came into my house and I told her, I gotta tell you for something. I'm deeply sorry about, this situation that we are having by now, children. I explained all this that I find out, and she says, do you think I'm stupid? I said, but why? I knew it. I knew that that was something inside of you that hasn't allowed you to even to think about this. And I was just expecting for you to realize it. Wow, that day I cried 2 times. When I learned this, and when she told me so. The next morning, David allowed me to share this testimony. And yes, now I realize that I turn over a next level, in my relationship with my wife. We realize that every day is changing. My work in back to back in Bonfil, in Tres Reyes, all here in Cancun, has changed a lot. And probably you will see one of the pictures, because it's the next day when I was with them, with the little boys, 4 or 5 or some years. I will start playing with one. I said, okay, little by little, take mini steps, okay? And I was playing with them. So suddenly I've been surrounded of all of them, because all of them were trying to play with me. And I said, oh my God. I sent my wife, this WhatsApp message, with a picture, and said, help! Because I haven't been, surrounded of other guys. But I realized that most of them are having problems like that. And I would like to change that for them. That's the reason why I'm back to back. I hope it had helped to you. And I don't know where you're going to see this, but believe me, the Lord wants to talk to you today with the TCC training. The Lord will do a lot of change in your lives the same way He did to me, because the Lord loves you too. So, thanks to all of you. Thank David. Thank Jane. Thanks to Back to Back.